All right. Hello, people, and welcome to this weird podcast. It's not weird, it's more like trying to think what actually is going on with one of my favorite games of all times. Of course, we're going to be discussing right now here with the Dead or Alive 6. So, I'm here at the Game Informer. I've been reading some really good stuff, and I'm really concerned about the decisions that they are making. But anyways, let's just read this. So, quote unquote, I quote. Here we go. Dead or Alive 6, which was announced last week, of course, continues the long-running fighting game series with its first new entry in 6 years. It was 6 years, yes. The series has long held the reputation of emphasizing the sexiness of its female characters, enshrined in audiences' minds as the She Kicks High game from the Xbox launch. Of course, that is historical accurate. With Dead or Alive 5, Team Ninja made a concerted effort to rehabilitate the series' reputation, showing the female characters as warriors first and foremost, and putting the focus on the fighter, on the fighting. Over time, DLC for the game shifted that focus to even more revealing costumes, of course, and Koei Tecmo racked, I don't know how that pronounced, in the money, while the community split itself over whether the game could be taken seriously in competitive or absolute terms. Now I'm gonna make a pause here. Yeah. Dead or Alive 5 has been, over all these years, a DLC money grab, such in costumes and additional characters. Now, as you can tell, if you have seen my channel, I have mostly everything. Not everything, not all the costumes, but basically all the characters. And now, Dead or Alive is more towards the sexiness of the female characters, in which I do like. So here comes something that it kind of got my attention. So it continues saying Dead or Alive 6 marks another attempt to Team Ninja to put the spotlight back on the fighting and alter their perception of it from sexy to cool and mature. Okay. When we played the game at E3 this year, that's him actually, we spoke to Dead or Alive's director Yohei Shimbori about why they're making this change and whether the inevitable DLC will follow the same path as its predecessor. Okay, so let me digest this thing. So I know they're taking another route. Before we keep on going, but this right here, I know that these kinds of competitions like Evo, Team Spooky, I think it was at least like 3 or 4 years ago, which they actually did not allow the actual gamers to put really less clothing to the female characters in the game. So yeah, I think this is one of the reasons. They're just trying to make them a little bit more natural. I think that's what it's what he actually says it on the bottom. I mean, when you see games like Soul Calibur, I mean, that has a lot of women with really less clothes. Uh, but I think this new, sorry, this new game for Soul Calibur has actually natural stuff in it, such as clothing and etc. I think it's just normal clothing as what they always had in the previous game. So, but as for Dead or Alive, of course, they have a lot of costumes, and those costumes are the things that they always like put it in every season, such as Halloween, in December, such as Christmas time, summer, those kinds of events, those type of crossovers too, such as Fairy Tale, and I think there was Attack on Titan, those kinds of stuff, which I think in the one of the stages where you can actually punish the opponent, and they're basically have of their clothes ripped off, and yeah, you can almost see her because it's more towards the girls, and yeah, I think just maybe. So, a quote here. So he actually says, "This is a work in progress, a prototype, so we might change in the future. For this version, we still have Kasumi with her previous costumes." Okay, that's a good start. "And there are some parts that are going to jiggle or move. Of course, the breast and everything else, yes. But we want to make it a lot more natural." Okay. "That is one goal, to make the movement very natural. Also, each character has a very strong personality, and we want to emphasize that." Okay, so that's a good thing. At least we have the breast simulation of, jiggling and all that, because that is a classic that's been since the first game. So he keeps on. Of course, we're going to tone down at this point, but for downloadable content, we have to see what gamers really want, what their response is. Now, all gamers want the same thing, but we want to ask their opinions, all of them, and get feedback on it. Okay, so let me pause right here. So you want my opinion? So this is why I'm making this. So even though you don't actually hear this, or don't actually want to click this video, because I don't know. All right. I have to admit that I have spent more than $200 on this game, such as Dead or Alive 5 and, of course, Last Round. Why am I saying this? Because this is my favorite fighting game of all the fighting games I have. I'm a fighting game freak. So I really do want not the same things or costumes, but at least if I bought those kinds of costumes in previous games, if you could at least bring them over to this game, that will be really cool. Also, the characters. I know that the roster, they're going to be starting with the license and the roster, because there were some characters from other games, such as Virtua Fighter, the King of Fighters, and I think that will be it. So that said, I want, in my opinion, I want all these characters to be back, and if you could at least the costumes, because The costumes are the most things that people have bought in previous years. So if you guys would like to at least censor a bit because of the tournaments and Team Spooky and Evo, then all right. I mean, it's your choice. But what you said here, if you want to hear us, this is one of my things and one of my requests and opinions of what could it be a better Dead or Alive 6. So he continues. Having said that, Dead or Alive 5 last round, he put sexuality, of course, on the front line and used the soft engine. Note, an engine for advanced butt and breast jiggling. For that, I do not recall butt jiggling. I mean, I play this game a lot, so I maybe some characters, but I have not seen some butt jiggling. No, not in my watch. Maybe a little. Maybe I'm my blind. I just focused on the fighting. Maybe it was that. And actually, we're reflecting on that. Maybe we did a little too much. Of course, we will have some jiggling and some movement, but as a whole, we were going to tone it down. Okay, it's fair. If you want to make it natural, as you said before, then just tone it down, but don't take it off, cause it won't be Dead or Alive. So he keeps on. To sum it up, this is going to be going for a very cool, mature looking compared to the other games, of course. Also very natural, not just for the characters, but for the stages, backgrounds, renderings, and everything that we want to make very consistent with a mature, natural look. Dead or Alive 6 will be releasing on 2019 on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and on PC. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Very well. All right, Team Ninja. You have done a lot of really cool games. You have also flip-flopped in some other games. So let's be a little bit clear for your changes and my concerns for this next Dead or Alive. So I really like to always be fair with your decisions. You guys are the developer, but we are as for me, I am one of those people who actually bought your stuff and your product because you've done it pretty well. In other for me, it's something that it's very important to stand in front of you guys digitally right from here, saying that Dead or Alive 5 was a really good fighting game. I'm not going to review it right now because that's for another video in my other channel, of course. So I love Dead or Alive 5. I haven't played Dead or Alive 4, but I have played Dead or Alive 2. But I became a Dead or Alive 5 fan ever since I think it was 2013 or 12, and I've been loving the game. I've been training. I have both games on PlayStation 3 and on PlayStation 4. I'm a huge fan of Dead or Alive 5. So for downgrading the breast jiggling, I mean that could vary. I mean it's a Dead or Alive thing. So if you downgrade it, it's okay. Just if as long as you don't take it out, I'm fine. As for I want if you're going to add more characters, I'm really have to be really honest with you guys. I do not use guys in this game. I use female characters in this game, and that's a fact. I mean, mostly every mostly everybody, uh, they don't actually choose the guys. They choose the girls. So for that, I mean, if you're going to add more characters, I would like more female characters. If you're going to take out some other female characters, then add female characters. Don't add guys, because I really do not use them. I'm really being honest. As for the story, it could be a really good story. I mean, I played the Dead or Alive 2 story and the Dead or Alive 5 story. So I'm up for that. I really truly do not actually not that I care, but it's not my priority if I'm going to play this game. I'm going to play this game because of the arcade, the team match, the tag team battles. It's really important to just put that in there. The tag team battles, such as 2v2, such as the controller. I'm fighting with my friends. I'm here with my friend. 2v2. That's really that would be really cool. Just bring that over, and I'm fine with it. What else? As long as you keep the power blows accurate and fluid, I'm fine. I've seen the trailer. I see these facial expression. I see all of that, but don't emphasize some too much acting. I like acting, but the slow mo on the like that's pretty cool. But don't concentrate too much on that. I mean, it looks pretty cool, but I just like to beat the guy up. I don't like to like slow down and just watch the opponent's face like being pounded and all that. Facial expressions are really important, so keep it up, but don't overdo it. Because I've seen other fighting games overdoing it, and it's really not cool. Unless if like it's like an X-ray from Mortal Kombat or anything like that. What else? My concern of the music, well, it could be classic, it could be the new. I mean, here the Dead or Alive music, I really don't give a damn. It's there, I like it, but it's not as like a wow thing. What else? What else? I know I'm missing some stuff, but maybe I'll remember it at some time later this year, before you guys actually release it on 2019. So yeah, this is coming from a huge fan of Dead or Alive 5 and Dead or Alive 5 Last Round, even though it's the same game. I thought you guys were like ending it like in the Dead or Alive 5 series, but then I just saw this. I'm really excited, guys. I'm really excited that you are continuing the franchise of a really good franchise. I mean, I can't wait to do the review for Dead or Alive 5. I mean, there's a lot of them out there, but as Dead or Alive 5 being, ending, so might as well do one. So, I think that will be it. I think those are my concerns. I mean, uh, yeah, keep the roster well. That's one of the good stuff of Dead or Alive. The roster, the crossovers between Virtua Fighter and a little bit from King of Fighters. Uh, my May. Can't remember her name well, but yeah, those crossovers are really important. Such as Akira Pai, and I think there were some Sarah. No, damn it, I keep on forgetting the names. Um, it's a good thing to have big roster, you know. So yeah, guys, I think these are my thoughts and concerns because I mean I love this franchise, I love this game, and I need to play the other Dead or Alive if I'm actually a real fan, you know. But yeah, guys, I mean I hope for the best for this Dead or Alive 6. Um, so yeah, hopefully I'll make this a really good impression if I actually I'm totally gonna buy this on day one. Um, so all right, that's that, guys. Please don't forget to favorite, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for supporting the channel. I'm pretty sleepy right now, so I'm gonna directly go to bed. So yeah, it's been Zara Punky.